Today is Tuesday, April 22, 2014. Sunrise this morning was at 5:57 a.m. The sun will set at 7:43 p.m. Length of daylight hours today will be 13 hours, 46 minutes. Of visible light, 14 hours, 45 minutes. The waning gibbous moon with 48% illumination is 22 days old, rose at 1:57 a.m. and will set at 12:29 p.m. At noon, the moon will pass above Rutland City at 225,746 miles distant from the center of planet Earth. The moon today will appear within the 11th zodiacal designation, Aquarius, the water bearer. Born today, happy birthday, actor Jack Nicholson is 77 years old today, and German philosopher Immanuel Kant was born this day in 1724. Kant died in 1804 at 79 years of age. He wrote The Critique of Pure Reason, considered the first work of modern philosophy. Immanuel Kant wrote, "We're enriched not by what we possess, but by what we can do without." On April 22, 1952, an atomic test in Nevada became the first nuclear explosion shown on live network television as a 31-kiloton bomb was dropped from a B-50 superfortress. Between April 1, 1952 and June 5, 1952, 8 nuclear weapons were detonated at the Nevada Proving Grounds near Las Vegas. The military exercises, codenamed Desert Rock, involving 7,350 military troops, took place during the test series, collectively Operation Tumbler Snapper. Tactical maneuvers were conducted after shots Charlie, Dog, and George. Psychological tests were conducted at shots Charlie, Fox, and George to determine the troops' reactions to witnessing a nuclear detonation. In our new age of terrifying, lethal gadgets, which supplanted so swiftly the old one, the first great aggressive war, if it should come, will be launched by suicidal little madmen pressing an electronic button. Such a war will not last long, and none will ever follow it. There will be no conquerors, no conquests, but only the charred bones of the dead on an uninhabited planet. William L. Shirer. Under gathering clouds in downtown Rutland, rain is in the forecast with a 70% chance of precipitation during the afternoon, with a high temperature predicted to reach 72 degrees on the Fahrenheit scale, about the same as yesterday, with south-south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight will be cloudy, with rain ending overnight, winds west-southwest 5 to 10 miles per hour, and an overnight low temperature of 41 degrees. Tomorrow should be cloudy and cooler, a 20% chance of rain, a high temperature of 48 degrees.
Movie star Woody Harrelson rises to fame on TV's Cheers, portraying a dimwit. Harrelson has developed some movie tough guy image he comes by honestly. His father, Charles Harrelson, is a hitman for the mob who is convicted of murder in 1973 and again in 1979. Harrelson, while on parole in 1978, Charles Harrelson is implicated in the shooting death of federal judge John H. Wood Jr. Harrelson is on the run for 2 years after a 1980 standoff with police. Harrelson admits killing Judge Wood at the behest of El Paso drug kingpin Jamie Chagra. Harrelson also claims to have been involved in the 1963 assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Many assassination researchers believe Charles Harrelson is the youngest and tallest of the famous Dealey Plaza three tramps. For the murder of Judge Wood, Charles Harrelson is convicted and sentenced to 2 consecutive life terms in prison, where he dies in 2007. Believe it or don't, I don't care. It's your choice.
By anchoring a floating nuclear power station several miles out at sea, engineers from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology offer an idea that may prevent future nuclear catastrophes such as the 2011 meltdown at Japan's Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power station. Jacopo Buongiorno, an associate professor of nuclear science and engineering at MIT, suggests that such nuclear disasters could be curbed by installing a floating nuclear reactor miles at sea, where the impact of earthquakes is minimal and wave heights are not destructive. Buongiorno added that the ocean itself can be used as an infinite heat sink, which would allow for decay heat produced by the nuclear reactor to be removed indefinitely, even after the reactor shut down. The floating power station's impact on marine life and the sea ecosystem, however, was not mentioned in the MIT report. This has been today's Weather Minute. I'm Richard Alcott.